Hi, welcome to the live stream. And I'm a channel of Archangel Raphael. My name's Jabeen, in case you don't know. And Archangel Raphael's going to come through me and give messages for the week ahead, talk about current energies, and also maybe do some clearing as well. So I'm going to let Archangel Raphael come in now and speak. I would like you to know that I am speaking on behalf of many messengers, and when I speak, I am clarifying to you internally precisely what is going on in you and how to clear it. It is good for you to know that when I am speaking, I am not only communicating through words, through this channel, I am also giving you some more information to help you with your own internal dialogues. It is good for you to know that when I speak, I am altering your consciousness. I am altering your energy matrix as well in ways which I am able to. What I would like you to do in this particular live stream is be very still and silent within. And by this, I mean to be observing your internal dialogue rather than participating with it. In this way, we are able to come in more deeply and access your energy. We are able to help you more profoundly. Because the more still you are within, the more we are able to be with you, the more that we can access you and help you with your internal dialogues, but also come in deeper into your energy system because you are not in any way resisting us. I am speaking on behalf of many other angels. I am Archangel Raphael. However, I am accompanied by so many. And what I would like to share is that over time, the company I keep has expanded many times over because the angels who I am with at the moment have seen that there is a lot of information that can be communicated through this channel. So they have joined in like a chorus, and they give information as well to me that I pass to others through this channel. What I'm really trying to say is that you are literally listening to a whole orchestra of angels, and through this, you are able to receive a lot of healing, a lot of information, but most of all, a sense of who you are on the inside, because every single angel is interested in helping you to be more of who you are. Every single angel would like you to feel yourselves on deeper levels so that you are able to ultimately be who you are in all ways. Why I am saying this is so that you can more fully understand our role, more fully understand that we do come in order to help you bridge the gap between who you are in spirit and who you are on earth. We come in to help you become all that you are in your spirit on the earth plane, and we help you to shift the layers that get in the way of this. It is good for you to know that when you are expressing your spirit on earth, it is ultimately going to fulfill every desire you have ever had. It will ultimately give you an experience of life that is so wholesome, so much in the light, that you will be astounded and feel reverence for life and being alive on earth. And this is the state I would like to get you all to, because not everyone here experiences this. A lot of you, in fact, have a lot of trauma you are still going through inside. You are still sifting through life experiences that have given you a sense that life is not, in all ways, a positive experience. I would like to change this for all of you. I would like to give you all the types of lives you really want on all levels. But ultimately, what I would like to do for you is give you the experience of fully being here on the earth as you are in spirit, so that you can see clearly that actually life is not complicated. It is about being who you are, expressing it, and being fully in your own light. And through this, there is automatic flow. There is automatic chemistry between you and others who you are close to and who are close to you in spirit. And there is an automatic sense that life is bringing you what you need to flourish. I also am saying this so that you can see that there is another way of living. There is another way which is separate to the material world. And this way really does bring a lot of happiness and joy. And when you go into this way of living, this flow of spirit, there is a different kind of happiness that is experienced, a happiness that comes from an inner feeling of satisfaction, fulfilment. And this feeling attracts a lot of outer happiness, but it is not by pursuing happiness like you do in the material world. It is not through the pursuit of external goals or external ventures which you believe may give you what you are looking for. It is by actually following your internal flow and feeling the satisfaction that comes from this, which is fulfilling in itself. And then you find outer fulfillment through this, through what you already have within. I am explaining this because some of you are not always very sure what it means to find what you need from within. And what I would like you to know is that it does not mean that you must be without need. It does not mean that your needs will not be met. It does not mean that on the material plane you will not have anything. It means that you are in your own flow, following this and finding satisfaction in that way. And then this energy that you find within you by acting according to what you feel is automatically reflected back and brings to you what you need externally. I hope this makes sense. What I see in all of you is that you struggle from time to time to be in this flow, to feel harmony within you. You struggle, and the reason for this struggle is not what you may believe at times. The reason behind this struggle is that you have all had many lifetimes where you have had experiences which have not fully been in the light, where you have suffered tremendously, and perhaps have even been subject to all kinds of horrendous treatment that you have not in any way inflicted, created by not being in your own flow. A lot of you who are hearing this have been in your flow, have really wanted to be fully in your spirit, but you have suffered nonetheless. And what I see is the scars of this remain with you. And from time to time, you doubt that you will be fully able to have everything you need in order to flourish if you are simply in your flow. What I would like you all to know is that where there has been a lot of suffering, people tend to close down to life. They shut themselves away. They stay safe. They keep themselves small. And what I would like to explain to all of you in this live stream is that where you have suffered, there has often been some kind of neglect in the first place. So often, where you have been in your flow and then suffered, it is due to some sort of neglect, a part in you that was not fully able to be protected in the light of oneness because it was left behind. And a lot of these wounds start off in early childhood years where there was something missing, and this missing bit continues into your adult life and then causes problems later on. And the reason I'm explaining this is so you can understand where a lot of suffering comes from. Suffering that you feel that you do not deserve in any way, which seems to simply enter your life through people who are perhaps not very kind, or on the other end of the scale, people who are perhaps being in quite demonic energies, negative energies, trying to deliberately harm you. What I would like you to know is that all these parts of you are coming up for healing at the moment. There is a lot going on in all of you around feeling neglected, feeling alone in parts of you, feeling that in some parts of you there is simply no energy at all. And because of this, you will not necessarily feel so good all the time. You will have moments where you simply want to withdraw from life, be on your own, and be very present with what you are going through. And there will be other times where you feel quite hopeful, quite expansive, have a sense of how much you have to give and how much you can do. And what I will say is this fluctuation of energy is quite normal at the moment. It is really what you need to be focusing on, this kind of energy fluctuation, to be with yourself when you need to be, to process what you need to, and then to be more expansive when you feel like it. But I would like you to know that until the end of the year, you will all be living in this state of flux. So it is not the year to go forwards, full steam ahead. It is a time to go inwards and outwards, but to do it in the right flow. Do it as and when you feel like it. And also, it is a good time for putting energy into your own personal healing, going to see the right people for help, and perhaps even investing large amounts of time and energy into this until the end of the year. And when the new year starts, there will be a new energy that will come in, that will be about something quite different. And I will talk to you about it closer to the time to prepare you for it. But at the moment, stay focused on these parts of you which have been neglected for a long time. These parts of you that need real attention, need healing as well from traumatic events which have happened. And finally, I would like to share with you that the week ahead is going to be quite different to what you have experienced in the past few weeks. It will be a mixture of things. You may find yourself actually pursuing new career goals. You may find yourself feeling inspired and coming up with new ideas and pursuing them in a way which completely is in alignment with your inner flow. I see for some of you, you are ready to receive new inspiration and go forwards with it. And I see for others, you are ready to start living in new ways. So new things will come in this week, things which may feel unexpected, but they will be very welcomed by you on an earthly level. Things that will take you forwards, new things that you can then work with for the rest of your lives. The reason I'm saying this is because the energies are very ripe for this at the moment. A lot of you are seeking new inspiration, new projects to put your energy into, things that will really take you far in life. The sort of projects I see are ones which are all about wellness and creating lifestyles which are fully aligning to source and nature. I see that it is a good time for looking into places to move to. Those of you who would like to move, who feel ready to. So this does not apply to all of you, but for those of you who are ready to move, because you feel it inside, you can start looking for places. So it is not necessarily to actually move physically, but to look at places that interest you, to start investigating, researching areas perhaps. I am saying this because you will feel it inside, a boost in your energy to go forwards in some way. And what I see is that by the end of the year, you will all have a clear idea about where you want to be, where you want to live, and how you want to live. And it is not necessarily that you will be doing it, but you will know what you want quite clearly. So it is good to look around, to investigate and see what happens. I also would like to share with you that sometimes when I am speaking, what I am doing is I am articulating energies the way they are, what they are conducive to doing. But that does not mean that everything I say is applicable for every person. So go within and feel out what applies to you, what is relevant to you in particular. Finally, I would like to share with you one more thing, and it is about those of you who feel alone, who feel that you do not have support on a day-to-day level. I would like you to know that it is a good time for really reflecting on precisely what you want on a day-to-day level, the kind of partner you would like, the kind of friendships you want, to go deep into your needs. Because what I see is by the end of the year, you will be ready to meet the right people. And in the meantime, you will meet people, but by the end of the year, you will be ready on all levels to fully merge and be with the right people on an everyday basis. So at the moment, use this time to go within and really feel out the type of relationships you want in your life, how you want to interact with people, the type of energy exchange you want. And the more you go into this, the deeper the level of attunement you will have to this part of you, and the more life can bring you. It is good for you to know that the more energy you put into various parts of yourself, the more life is able to respond to this energy, and the more that can be brought to you. So it is never a waste of time to go inwards and feel out your wants, your desires. I have no more messages, but I will leave you with one more thing, and that is there is a lot going on externally, and I'm advising all of you to be focused on your personal lives rather than what is going on in the collective. Unless your life purpose is about this, unless your life purpose is to be a whistleblower or to be someone who is all about sharing information about what is going on. But for those of you whose purpose it is to do something else, focus on yourselves and your personal lives and what takes you forwards personally. And the reason I say this is because once everything is demolished in a good way, things which are not serving you, there is going to be a tremendous need for new alternatives, new things to come up. And so those of you who are all about bringing harmony, wellness, the oneness, consciousness to others through what you do, it is good for you to focus on what you have to share with others, because there will be tremendous need for what you have to offer in the near future. I am saying this so that you know where to focus. It is good for you to know what your role is in life and stick to it so that you can do it in the best way you can. That is all. Hmm. Hmm. Thank you for listening, everyone, and hope you benefited from this. And please feel free to share this with other people who you feel would benefit from Raphael's energy and the information. And have a lovely week ahead. Thank you.